On the Help worksheet of any Systems to Win template, you can click the Select Translation button to switch between any languages that you have purchased or any substitute phrases that you defined yourself. And it's that easy to use a single template to switch between multiple languages and or your own user-defined phrases for your own unique industry, for instance. Now, because of that very useful feature, when we come over here and select a column header, notice that the contents of those header cells don't consist of words, but rather of formulas. That's what makes it so easy for a single template to switch between one language and another. So let's say that you want to personalize your document. Let's say that you want to change this user-defined column header so that you can use that column for your own purposes. The easiest way is to select that formula in the formula bar and simply replace it with your desired text. And that's it. It's as easy as that. Now, if you are the author of a working document and all of your users speak the same language, then that is all that you need to know. Your training is done. You can stop this video and go use what you just learned. Now, if you are the author of a working document and your people speak multiple languages, or you are a continuous improvement leader and you are personalizing a master template that will be used as the starting point for many authors to create their own working documents, then you should learn the other ways of personalizing text. Now, the advantage of simple text is that it's easy. The advantage of the other three methods is that you can use the Select Translation button to switch between multiple languages and or your own user-defined substitute phrases. And user substitutions has one more really important advantage, and that is any changes you make to a master template using simple text, those changes are going to be lost every time that you upgrade. With user substitutions, the changes that you make will be automatically found and transferred to your new templates every time that you upgrade. So how do you use user substitutions? You unhide the TT worksheet, the translation table worksheet. You find the text that you want to substitute. You enter your user substitute phrase. Then you re-hide the TT worksheet when you're done because your users don't need to see that. And then the users can use the Select Translations button at any time to switch between the original text and your substitute phrase. So let's do it. Let's unhide that TT worksheet by selecting the Home tab, Format, Hide and Unhide, Unhide Sheet. Select the TT worksheet, click OK. Control F to find. Enter the phrase that we're looking for. The Options button can sometimes be helpful, perhaps to match entire cell contents. Click the button to find next, and there it is. So now we scroll over and select the same row in a User Substitutions column. Enter your desired substitute phrase and hit the Enter key. And repeat as needed for other desired substitute phrases. You can have up to 50 user substitutions in most Systems to Win templates. When you're done, hide the TT worksheet the same way you unhid it. Now notice that the column header still contains the default data until you go to the Help worksheet and use the Select Translation button and use the drop-down list to select your desired user substitution. Click OK. It asks if you're sure. You say yes. And now when you go look at the worksheet, anywhere that had that phrase will now contain your user substitute phrase instead, in a way that is automatically found and transferred every time that you upgrade your templates in the future. And you can even personalize the pop-up help that's associated with your row and column headers using Insert Comments. You simply right-click the cell and select Insert Comment and type in your own help, which of course can be in any language or languages that you want. And then when someone hovers over that cell, they will see your help, and when they click that same cell, they will still see the original Systems to Win help. So your help is supplementing, not replacing, the original Systems to Win help. Now you can use that same thing to insert your own pop-up help comments for any row or column header that has original text that has not been personalized. And the comments that you insert will be automatically found and transferred every time that you upgrade your templates. If you personalize the text, though, and you insert comments to supplement your pop-up help, the only way that will be automatically found and transferred is user substitutions. If you use any one of the other three ways, then you would need to use your customization log to remind you to recreate your pop-up help. And for those reasons, user substitutions are usually the best way to personalize text in a master template. Now VLOOKUP is used extensively by Systems to Win, but it is almost never the right choice for an end user to personalize text. So if you want to learn more about it, here's the URL, but we won't waste our video time on it. The first two methods will be used literally 99% of the time when you need to personalize text. There's only one situation where you need to use that fourth method. If you need translations and the phrase does not already exist in the TT worksheet, then you can link cells to the user-defined section at the bottom of the TT worksheet. How? On the TT worksheet, you select this link icon shortcut, which takes you to the user-defined translations section at the bottom of the TT worksheet, where you can enter your new phrase in both the English column and the selected translation column. Yes, I know it says never to edit it, but this is an exception. It'll just get overwritten next time you select a translation. And if you own multiple translations, you should paste it to each of those columns, perhaps translating your custom phrase to each language. But you got to have something, even if it's English only, in each column. Perhaps translating your custom phrase to each language. And then you go to the worksheet that contains the cell that you want to link from and select the cell. Then type the equals sign in the formula bar for that cell. Then with that cell still selected, you then select the TT worksheet. Then select the correct cell that contains your translation in the selected translation column. Not the English column or any of the others. You select the selected translation column. And then you select the Enter key, which will complete your formula. And notice that the cell shows your new phrase, and the formula bar shows the formula linking to the TT worksheet that contains your phrase. And you don't have to, but I always like to press my F4 key to toggle between relative and absolute cell reference. See how those dollar signs are now in the formula to indicate that this is now an absolute cell reference and it won't get moved around. Now you don't want to overuse this final method of personalizing text because although the entire user-defined section at the bottom of the TT worksheet will be automatically found and transferred every time you upgrade your templates, the incoming links from the other worksheets won't be. So you need to use your customization log to remind you to recreate those links. But that's it. Not so bad, eh? You've now been trained in several ways to personalize text in your Systems to Win templates.